Hey, welcome to the show. We've got some new digs. We're in a new place. I'm very excited for today's show. I have internationally known rap artist Stephen Malcolm here with me today. I've known Stephen for 11 years, and Stephen knows very well that
Joe Gates is overthinking out loud.
I can hear it all the time. I can see it in my mind. When you say this word, I know you are. When you say this word, I know you are.
brother,
Yo,
man, I guess I can say now you're a longtime friend.
yes, sir. Come on now.
Yeah, like 11 years,
Yeah.
man.
You are officially the homie.
I got yeah, without a doubt.
For sure.
Without a doubt. I was looking at your Wikipedia page and saw this morning, you're 35 years old, bro.
35.
I don't know what
dawg. Yes,
happened.
sir. Shout out to Pops, man.
Yeah.
The genes are good.
You were just a little kid, man.
Yeah.
When I met you, man, I came across a video that you did, a contest that you did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, you were 22, 23 maybe?
Yep, early 20s.
Gosh. And you did this verse, and I showed that to a couple of guys we know, and long story short, you ended up signing to a label that one of those fellas started.
Yeah.
You were their first artist. Now you're signed with Curb Records.
Yes,
Is that correct?
Yep.
And have had a long career. How many albums now?
We are 4 albums in.
4 albums in,
Yeah.
and each album is amazing. I've always been able to listen to each one of them all the way through.
Yeah.
And man, you've got a story. You've came a long way, man. You've grown. It's still weird to me that you are a full grown adult man. And you've had a big year. You had a #1 record this year with For King and Country.
Yes, sir.
And KB.
Yes,
Right,
sir.
he was
Yeah.
on it too. Man, I was just scrolling on the internet last night, and I actually posted it on my page. I heard this guy say, our insecurity comes from focusing on ourselves rather than focusing on God.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason I bring that up here, because it made me think from an artist perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
And from an artist that considers themselves to be a follower of Christ,
Yeah.
considers themselves to be a Christian artist, although I'm just one of those people, personally, I hate that you have to have
The
that
title.
on you,
Yeah.
because it's like, man, don't do anything. Don't sin.
Yeah.
Don't make any mistakes, Stephen Malcolm.
Yeah.
Don't say anything you shouldn't say, bro.
Yeah. sir.
Don't speak your mind too much.
Yep.
Because you're a Christian artist.
Yep.
I feel like you've surpassed that. You got records with Snoop Dogg
Yes, sir.
and everybody
Thank God.
else. But you still have always strongly stood on your faith, right?
Yeah. Always.
But from that quote and just from your foundation, it's like, man, y'all have a lot of pressure on you as Christian artists, because one, I always call them the Christian rap police. That these people in the comments, bro, that
yes. they
keep
just
track of how many times you say Jesus in a song,
Yeah.
or
condemn us if we don't.
and all of that. And then as the artist, this is what I thought about last night. This is how you take care of your family.
Yep.
You have 2 beautiful babies. Our wives share the same first name,
Hey.
Tierra,
Yes, sir.
right? They almost spell it the same. Mine's got 1 extra R. Okay. But this is how you make a living. This is your career.
Yeah.
Right.
Bread and butter.
And so as you're going along your path of music, the pressure of taking care of my family and all of those things, and knowing that, like, if you don't produce, if you don't come out with songs that are going to track and songs that are going to do something, you're not going to make any money.
Amen.
And so as you have this label like Christian artists or whatever, and the pressure of that, I'm doing this for God, I'm doing this for God, I'm doing this for God, I'm doing this for God. But you're also going, man, I got to do some shows. I got to make some money. Like, this is your money maker, which is why I always, like, kind of had an issue with that label, man, because Stephen Malcolm's got to make sure his family's fed.
Yeah.
And there's a roof over y'all head.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, at the same time. So your focus is going to come off of God sometimes, as it does for all of us, and go into life like, I got to move right now. Like, I got to do something right now. Like, I got to get this money.
Yeah.
You're going to fall into times that you focus on the bread and are not focused on God or anything, because that's natural. That's a natural occurrence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my question is, man, like, how do you keep the foundation, right? Your relationship with Christ,
Yeah.
and keep that focus, knowing that not only it's God that got you where you are, but at the same time, you've got to maintain the level in which you've been at to make sure your family's good. Like, how do you balance all that, bro?
Yeah. Yeesh. Wow.
Yeah,
Complex question.
very.
Yeah, that's definitely always been kind of a gift and a curse of walking this life. Is even in the book of James, it says, you know, preachers of the gospel or ambassadors for the kingdom are held at a higher standard.
Yeah.
And even when you think about, you know, when someone becomes Christian and then you go around them, cats, oh my bad, shoot, oh shoot, you know,
Yeah.
I went through that phase when I first became Christian. Everybody, oh, Stephen's Christian now, we can't cuss in front of him and you can't do it. And it's just like, I never even told him to stop.
Yeah.
It was just that perception of he's the Christian, so we gotta, you know, become better in their presence. And that's literally the perception. And that literally is from a book that was written thousands of years ago, bro. And so I've accepted it. I think the athlete in me, the leader in me, accepts it. Like, all right, bet, let me put the team on my back and, you know what I'm saying, get this W for us. And so the team just this time is the kingdom now. I hate it in the aspect of I am an imperfect human being, just like every single human being on this planet. And that's the thing that messes me up, is the authenticity can get you in trouble. And it's just like, I done met people's favorite Christian artists, and behind the scenes, if people knew how they was, it'd be an issue. But it's just like, they're just a normal person, you know, doing normal people things, but they could never do this on stage or never do this say that on a podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that I have an issue with, and how I go about it and function in a kingdom and currency way is, one, knowing that nothing moves unless I'm attached to the cross. Like, I'm one of those guys, it may be cliche, cookie cutter, but I truly do love Jesus and find him to be the orchestrator of my life, the source of my life. And so I'm going to go to the source before I even move.
Yeah.
Just recently, there was a period where God has been telling me for the last 2 years, I need to be more than music. I need to I'm 35 now, I'm a father, I'm a husband. Why ain't I mentoring? Why don't I have programs for fatherless youth? And so I'm sitting here like, God, I don't know. But then next thing you know, I turn around and, you know, now I'm in a space of, okay, God, I'm going to accept it. Now doors of currency are opening up for me to do that.
You get in a place sometimes, like, I know for me, like, I taught Sunday school, like
Yeah.
at my church, and I've done it for 4 or 5 years. Before I started, my mind was like, man, you got to fix this, this, and this before you do that. Like you're not godly enough to start doing that. You got too much sin. There's too many things going on behind the doors
Yeah.
for you to do that.
Yeah.
But like that's not how this works.
Nah, man, we gotta
You know,
move.
like I move
Yeah.
and then those things start falling off.
Bro, motion creates money, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And one thing though that I would say that I hate saying it, but I say it because it's just how I feel in my heart. My son, you know, you see him rapping on the videos, bro.
I see him playing basketball is what
Basketball,
I'm seeing, and
too.
it makes me feel like I'm behind, but go ahead.
But if he chooses to be an artist, I'm gonna tell him, do not come out the gate and say I am a Christian artist.
Hey, my name is Brian Nail, and I'm a mortgage loan officer with Primis Bank. I just want to say how much I truly enjoy being a part of the Spread the Positive Network. It's an incredible mission that brings so much positivity to our community. It's been a real pleasure to be involved. Now, when it comes to financing a home, there are a lot of options. And in a market like today's, having the guidance of a trusted local professional can make all the difference. Whether you're looking to purchase a new home, second home, an investment property, or explore refinancing options, I'd love the opportunity to earn your trust and help guide you through the process. If I can help you nail your mortgage, give me a call at 615-243-3976 or visit nailyourmortgage.com.
Just don't do it because it does put you in a box. It does pigeonhole you. Just come out as an artist. The greatest illustration I seen one time is somebody, a guy, he just played like a symphony instrumental. I think it was like a Bach or Beethoven or something. And then he played another one and he's like, tell me the difference. And there was really no difference, but basically one of the composers was super Christian and everything he did was for God.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't know that by just listening to the music because music should just be music at the end of the day. And we have labeled things. And so for my son, bro, my seed, I would tell him just be an artist who loves God with all your heart and doesn't compromise, and people can hear the true message through the music.
Yeah.
Nobody,
And they'll be attracted to you, and then
bro,
that's your time to
nobody
witness.
labels Bob Marley a religious singer or
Yeah.
a Christian singer, but every single song has a conscious message with a faith foundation.
Yeah. And if I were you, I've seen your son play basketball. I
Oh,
would
my
be
goodness.
pushing that situation. Number
Oh, I
one.
am, my
So,
bro. Goodness
you
gracious.
got this guy shooting like Steph Curry at 3 years old, but whatever.
He's a lefty that shoots with the right, man.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Do the basketball, man. That's my advice to you today.
Mm.
Number one thing I can tell you, because I'm constantly on this basketball journey with my son.
Yeah.
And I look at where my son was and looking at where your son is when they were the same age, and your son
Yeah.
was light years ahead of where Kaysen was at that age.
You know,
so.
growing up, basketball was my first passion.
Yeah.
I lost my pops when I was 9, and I used to be in the YMCA's, and I used to see dads working with their sons, and just a ball of emotion. would
Yeah.
come in, from anger to sadness to everything. And outside of just me passing down a gift, a talent, a trade, whatever, a skill, it's that full circle moment every
Yes.
time I'm in the gym with him. Is like, here's the redemption.
Yes.
I love it, man.
Yep. Man, that kind of brings me to wanting to talk about your upbringing and how life was for you, because I'm so proud of you, man, and
Thank you.
I want you to continue to grow in your relationship, man, with God, and just you've known me, man. I'm a real dude. I
Yes,
don't
sir.
really like
Since
try
day
to,
one.
Yeah, I don't try to be somebody I'm not. I never
Yeah.
have. I know what my vices are. I know what my faults are.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they're going to be there forever. But you grew up in Michigan, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay. Mom, pops, what was life like for you from birth until
Yeah.
things started happening for you musically, or your turn of events that turned you towards God. I know a little bit about it, but I don't know a lot about that upbringing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes like this. It was good, and then it was okay, and then it was crazy, and then it was great. So yeah, I was actually born in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Okay.
Shout out to my pops. He's from Montego Bay, Jamaica. The first music I ever heard was him popping in a cassette tape, hearing "No Woman, No Cry" by Bob Marley and "One Love." My mother, she is a Caucasian Dutch woman from Michigan, and so yeah, they met. You know what I mean? And he was around until I was like eight or nine. And what had happened was my mom found out he was selling drugs. She found out because one of his friends came to borrow the lawnmower. She's like, yeah, it's in the garage. And next thing you know, my dad came home and started tripping because he went and homie stole some pounds.
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah, so my mother, she grew up being sexually abused and physically abused. And so she ran away from home and grew up in the foster care system. So in her mind, she's like, okay, the cops are about to come in here and bust everybody, and then my kids are now about to grow up in the foster care system. So she was like, it's not gonna happen. So she took me and my sister while my dad was at work one day and drove us all the way to Tampa, Florida.
Wow.
Because her twin sister was living there at the time. And so I spent my elementary days in Tampa, Florida, and then we moved back up to Grand Rapids, Michigan to be with family. And then when we moved up here, my mom met a Puerto Rican gentleman who she married. And so he was my stepdad. But that situation was one of them things, and you hear him all the time, where the stepdad is just really basically there with stability and financially, but never there. He never really shot jump shots with me.
He wasn't there emotionally.
Exactly. And so that was the situation. And then him and my mother both had an alcohol problem. My mother even worse. And then I ended up finding out he had a cocaine problem. And so it was one of the things where they would always go out to the bars and then come home arguing and sometimes fighting. And then next thing you know, they got divorced. And that's when you hear the stories of the kid who's got the parents, they get divorced and they bounce around from school to school all the time.
Yeah.
That was me. And then that was around the time where I started questioning, like, yo, Pops, like, what happened, bruh? And so, there was a relationship where I would call him, here and there, but he ended up just being a poor man in Jamaica and ended up getting diabetes and high blood pressure, and then ended up passing away when I was in college. And around that time,
Y'all talked though all through that time,
here and there, once in a while.
but you never got to see him.
Never
again.
got to see him. Never got to see him, man.
Gosh, brother.
And then, in the time of me being a senior in high school where identity becomes a factor in a young man's life, man, bro, the dynamic was crazy, dog. So here's the dynamic. And, I can really, really, share with you because you're a real one. So Pops is gone out the picture, right? Stepdad was never there. My mom was so struggling with vices and never really found an identity because she was just from man to man who just abused her to where my mother to this day is still trying to find out who she is. So she starts sleeping with the neighbor. We had like a townhouse, and she's sleeping with the neighbor who's like married and his wife is living in the house.
Wow.
My sister is working at a strip club with my cousin. And then there was times where we would end up like homeless because, mama putting bills in my name. Like I got that story too. And, we're getting evicted. And then I remember one time my senior year living in a hotel and my sister's paying for the room, from strip money. And I'm driving her to work with no license so I could use the car to make moves. And then my closest family, other than, my sister and my cousin, was the male cousins. And one of them was just in and out of jail because he was dope dealing and then always fighting. He would drink and just get into fights.
Yeah, you had no good examples around you whatsoever.
My other cousin joined GDs
Yeah.
and started selling drugs. So yeah, dog, like imagine just being this kid who I just wanted to be successful. I used to read biographies when I
You're
was
like, can I be a kid right now?
Yeah.
Does anybody mind if I'm just a kid?
And so I always tell people Michael Jordan and Kobe literally raised me, because the first thing I gravitated towards as an adolescent was their documentaries and highlights and stuff. Come Fly With Me, Michael Jordan. I watched all his Airness. I've seen all of them. And they were the father figures that I ended up gravitating towards. And so the basketball, I thought about this the other day, like basketball, you're saying like earlier you was like, I should be in the streets. Bruh, I should be deep in the streets, bro, the things that I've seen. I literally was in the mall one time, and my boy D, he used to sell crack. And he was like, yo, Steve, you trying to sell this real quick? My older brother D Knights, who I looked up to, like he was deep into GDs, and I could have been a G. Like,
did you just never go? Did you never succumb to any of the temptations? Like, did you make were you making conscious decisions as a kid? Like, I'm not doing this. I'm focusing on Michael Jordan books and Kobe Bryant right now.
Yeah, the closest thing
Wow,
I came
man.
is with the fighting stuff. Like, you know, as a man, and you got the older bros, you know what I'm saying? You're like, no, hey, let me crack them first. You know what I'm saying? I fell into that sometimes, like cracking a couple dudes just to impress the bigger bros.
Yeah.
But it just never felt
But never
right, bro.
drugs and alcohol and
Nope. And the
brother.
drugs, because I seen Pops, bro. Like Pop,
Yeah.
my father was taken away because of drugs, and that is one thing I do remember him saying is like, Steven, me tell ya, never do drugs, man. I just always remember that voice in my head. I'm telling me that. And then the alcohol, my mother, you know, why she literally ended up having to go to rehab because of alcohol.
And I can relate to that, man. I've been sober 23 years. I was out there.
Praise God. Yeah.
Like, you were like just on an island.
Dog, an island of
and
trauma. Now that I look back at it, it just all
an
spawns
island
from
of
family
trauma
dog.
island.
Yeah.
The fact that you stood your ground as a child and had the mental fortitude and the emotional intelligence to not succumb, to not go, I have no male influences in my life.
Mm-hmm.
My mother is out there wilding.
Mm-hmm.
And the thought of screw it, F it, you know, hey, put me on.
Yeah.
Slide me a quarter bag, a pound, something. I got to get going.
Yeah.
My mom can't pay the bills.
Right.
Somebody's got to. I'm not going to be a stripper.
I don't know why.
You know?
Yeah. Right.
Nobody wants to see
no,
that.
bro, even my sis, she was like, hey, gentleman's night. Hey, them guys are making 2,000 racks a night. I'm
let
like,
them do it.
Not for me.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I will rob a bank before that happens. But
bro, I just always knew the result of that lifestyle was the grave or prison.
Right. But you had the mindset at a very young age to know that, brother. You know, yes, God was around you and God protected you, and I get that. And I think a lot of the times, man, and look, I give God credit for everything, but there is an element there of you and the maturity that you possessed as a freaking kid to say like, okay, that's the end result of that. That's the end result of that. I'm good. And having zero male influences, and the only male influences you had were your buddies, one of which was selling crack. For those who don't know what crack is, I don't even know if that's a drug anymore in the streets, but yeah, they would take cocaine and cook it. And yeah, anyway, but to have all that and zero male influences, and the only influence you had were negative influences, and still make that decision to not go down that road, brother.
Yeah, dog.
Like you did that, dog. You did that.
It's crazy, man. You want to hear a crazy story? So one time, I got in, I wouldn't even say in a little trouble, man. You know, being black in America is just different. And so, you know, a cop was, you know, just not treating me nice. And I was shooting content one time, and he ended up just basically
Were you in Michigan?
Yeah.
It's
I ended up
weird up north.
getting a misdemeanor for just parking my car on the sidewalk and shooting content real quick and trying to leave. But anyways, I had to go to court for that. And crazy story, I didn't want to like hire no attorney or anything like
Is
that.
this pre-record deal?
No.
This was
During-
adult life.
Yeah, adult life.
Okay.
Recently.
Oh, cool.
Recently, very
Yeah,
recently.
good stuff.
And I'm in there and I've never gotten in trouble before, you know what I mean? And, you know, just been doing my thing. And so I'm sitting there and I get called to the back and some guy has my folder and he brings me to the lobby and he asks me, you know, what happened about the situation, and I tell him. And he goes into kind of where we're getting at now. He's just like, you know, tell me about your upbringing and your background. And I tell him about my story and he tells me like, yo, you know, all the odds were stacked against you and you consciously chose to be straight your whole life and you're good. So he's like, yeah, we're throwing this out. You don't belong
Get
here.
out
He
of my
told me you
face.
don't belong here.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was wild. He literally was like, yo,
And then I just said
because
it
of-
again.
Yeah, like everything that you've been through, yo, there should be some things in this folder.
Yeah.
You don't belong here. Get out of here.
And I think, man, that subject alone, because, yeah, of course, the time came, you went to a church and it was like a hip hop church and all that and that. But still, there was never like this guy that just walked into your life and like, I met this guy and then he steered
Yeah.
me in the right direction. Like, you steered yourself in the right direction. So,
Man.
you know, we talked before we started filming and you brought up like, because, you know, you're 35 now, man.
Yeah.
The music is good, but it's in this life, in this world with streaming and everything, it's not as sustainable as it used to be back in the day. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yes, sir.
So your brain starts to go, well, what's next? What's the next chapter? You know? And you brought up the fact of like outreach and helping other people. And I just told my buddy on the phone last night, like, you know, he's like, man, you sound down. And I go, man, I haven't been helping people lately, bro. And when I'm not helping people, I'm not feeling all right.
Man,
I'm
come
at
on.
my best when I'm helping people.
Come on now.
And you starting to do some kind of outreach or things like that, like that's it.
Yeah.
Like I don't need the excuse that you didn't have a good male influence in your life.
Yeah.
It doesn't care. We're all victims.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like your story is like, oh, you know, everything was bad, but I had this one guy, he was always on my back and pushing me to excellence. Like, no, you didn't have that. Like, so your excuse, sir, doesn't work with me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you didn't have a father.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you didn't have a positive male influence in your life. Boo-hoo, either did I.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And that's my energy too. and
It's
all the time.
Your story's different. It's
Man,
different. It's not the same. It's like everybody always ends up with this guy that came in and saved the day. Or my mother was this strong rock foundation. And I'm sure your mother is strong because us recovering alcoholics and drug addicts, we're pretty strong people. If we
Yeah.
can get sober, nothing
Absolutely.
can stop us. But, and so that's your thing, bro. Like
dog.
I have absolutely no doubt when you start putting pen to paper and really figuring out the next road,
Yeah.
it's that road is going to be crazy. Like you think this is cool now,
Yeah.
just wait, bro.
That's what I keep hearing, bro. I keep hearing from people like the music is just the icing on the cake and God has something deeper in store. So yeah, man, I'm gonna stretch myself and it just feels right, dog. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I've been dipping in here and there in some after school programs and stuff, and I still feel that feeling when I look into, you know, that youth's eyes, just like,
Yeah.
yo, like that's me. That
Yeah.
was me, you know what I mean? So
Yep.
yeah, I can't wait, dog, to just
Yeah,
start pouring
it'll
myself
happen,
out,
man. It'll happen, bro. Like I feel like, man, the reason you've always held a special place in my heart. I mean, you know, I know all of these music industry rappers, artists, you know, and it's something you don't know, man, is the conversations I've had with people that you don't hear about you over the years. And like, I've always been like a big cheerleader for you, bro.
I feel it, bro. Appreciate that too.
And I think I know why. And I could be completely. I remember one time, there was even a time, man, I had this like wild dream about you where like these Panthers were like trying to get to you. Remember me calling
I
you?
do, yeah, I do.
Because It was
Yes,
so
sir.
it was so intense and it was so profound. I just had this dream that like there were people in your circle that weren't for you, bro. And I don't know if that ever came to fruition of like, you know, now I know why Joe told me about that dream because the old dude over here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I had the dream and I needed to let you know about it, man. I
Yeah.
just felt like whatever at that time when I woke up from that dream, I felt like God was telling me for you to be mindful of who you got in your circle or who's around you
Yeah.
or whatever. I don't know. But you've always held a special place in my heart. And I feel like because, and like I said, I could be wrong, man, but I feel like I might be right. I personally have always had a hard time like really locking into like who am I? Like who am I? Like who is Joe Gates? My identity. Like who am I? And I've at 48 I've kind of figured it out, right?
Okay.
I'm pretty much a jerk. No, pretty much a big jerk. No, but I've kind of figured it out, and I've always watched you on your journey. Like I knew that the whole time you were on this journey, you were also on this journey of figuring out like who am I as an artist?
Yep.
Who am I as a person? You know, even though maybe like you weren't verbally saying that out loud, I knew that that was an internal struggle for you
Yeah.
to figure that out, or I felt like that. And that was like why I felt so attached to you, because I've been doing that like my whole life. Like, who the freak am I? Now, once you have like your second and third kid, you kind of start to figure out like it doesn't really matter who I am. I am a father,
Man, come on now.
and I'm a husband.
Yeah.
And they're defining who I am, right?
Yeah.
Like it took that, like,
Yeah, okay.
and now I don't have
Okay.
to focus on who I am so much because I know who I am.
Yeah.
I'm a provider
Come
for
on
those
now.
kids and
Yes,
that
sir.
and this lady right here.
Yes,
you know.
sir.
So I wonder. I'm asking. I guess like, am I spot on with kind of like how this run of artistry and life has been for you? Has there been like times and moments where you're like just trying to figure out who you are?
Yeah.
You know?
More not as much as who I am, but more so of how to navigate in certain situations. And in that aspect, I don't blame my dad, but I sit and I think of, goodness gracious, if my son is the ball of talent that I am, and he's got me to guide him,
Yeah.
yo, it's on and popping, you know what I
Right.
mean? So it's just like, I just think, dang, like I wish, like, you know, he could have seen the value of let me hold off on trying to make this extra bread with selling this dope and raise this young man to make millions of dollars to put me in a house when I'm old. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just that mindset. So
Which I'm going to tell you what my therapist told me. You ready?
yeah.
In regard to that, my therapist said to me on my podcast, I had him on my podcast.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
And let me try to word this right. I was talking about like what my dad wasn't
Man.
to me, right?
Yeah.
And then my therapist said, well, the fact that your dad wasn't those things actually is the reason you are who you are today.
Yeah. Yeah.
So your father actually helped you by being the father that he was
Yeah.
to create the person that you are today.
That's
Bro,
deep,
I
bro.
was like, oh.
Yeah. What
You
did I
know?
say? I actually wrote something like that. A bar. I was just writing last week, and I was like, I grew up in a house where my father never stayed, so I learned how to be one from the mistakes that he made.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Ah.
So it allowed me, yes. It when I thought about it that way, it kind of allowed me to think like my dad was the best dad he knew how to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what he knew.
Man.
And so it took the pressure off of like the fact that like my dad just he kind of wasn't emotionally there. Like I never played catch really with my dad or sports with my dad. My dad never said, "Hey son, let me teach you this," or "Let me show you how to do this," or come on, son, let's go do something. You
Yeah.
know, like I remember
Man.
one time in my life that me and my dad did something together.
Yeah, and see, you remember that one time, man. Oh, bro, dads are like superheroes to their sons,
Really?
bro.
And it's sad because, like, golly, bro, all these fatherless freaking kids, bro.
Yeah.
And we wonder why, like, kids are literally losing their minds right now.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
So I just, when you said that, I had to think to myself, like, who knows, bro? You might, like, if your dad was like this guy that worked and had this career and started a plumbing business,
Right.
you
Maybe I
might be a
wouldn't have-
plumber right
yeah,
now,
yeah.
bro.
Or maybe I wouldn't have the drive and the
Yeah.
ambition and consistency that I have because, bro, it's what it's.
Nothing against plumbers.
Yeah, no, hey, no,
No,
y'all about to be
plumbers
the
are
last
awesome.
one standing after AI.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing against plumbers.
We gonna need y'all.
Yeah. I mean it in the sense of, like, you are a very well-established, well-known artist. That is your dream. That is your passion. You could have not been there had
Yeah.
that situation been different.
That's my one thing is like the life lessons that I feel like I have to learn because I'm falling on my face because, you know, daddy wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
like, gosh. But that's where, that's just where the beauty, that's where I just feel like the beauty comes in of, yo, I'd never seen this, but I'm doing it. And then
You're doing it.
You know, and then that's where, you know, the only go-to person I can run to is God. You know what I mean? Every morning I'm on my knees praying. And so, you know, that's where my trust lies now.
Yeah.
So I've that's where I've gotten the identity from.
Yeah.
And then from the artist standpoint, now that, bruh, has been the biggest challenge of trying to figure out, you know, what it looks like. Because if you think about it, you know, I went from basketball player, like my dream, I'm in the NBA, dog. That was my dream until literally I was about 21. In my mind, I was like, I'm going to the NBA. Even when I was in junior college, I still was trying to be on the team and pursue basketball. And then it went from that to I'm leading worship at a church and then doing shows on the side. Like now I'm this Christian worship artist. And then that I was only that for 5 years. I was only saved and grinding independently in the church for 5 years. And then Joseph hit me up.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Still kind of a baby in Christ.
Yeah.
Figuring it out, figuring out my identity, and then still think about the journey of it. You've been an artist. You are an artist. The journey of an artist. And I'm just this early 20s kid who's been doing it for 5 years, and now I'm about to get signed to a major.
What did that? That's crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
with no dad and come from the hood.
yeah, but the thing, it's your voice, bro. It's I mean, it's your skill of bars and spitting and, and songwriting, and I mean, you can sing, you can rap, all of those things, but your tone, bro, it's
Thank
just
you.
when Stephen Malcolm's rapping, everybody knows it's Stephen Malcolm. I mean, it was your tone and your inflections.
And I want to take this moment too to thank you because even this, bro, is a full circle moment because and for your listeners too, fall 9 times, get up because you never know what that 10th time may hold. That 10th time may be that W, bro. I was doing contest after contest in my city, Joe, losing because I'm the faith rapper, and then you got the dope boy coming in with all his homies. Yeah, say spit in the garbage. And then they would even tell me, yo, you super dope, bro. But yo, they ain't getting what you talking about, dog. Even one dude told me that he even know who I was. And I'm doing all the open mics, grinding, the independent grind, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was discouraged. I was working at Nordstrom Rack at the time, and I'm just like, gosh, it's 5 years. 5 years. I'm grinding, I'm putting in the work, I'm doing all these contests, and I'm losing. I'm done. I'm not doing any more contests. Seen a contest, nope, not doing it. Seen other contests, nope, not doing it. Then my best friend, Mark, Steve.
Big Mark.
Steve.
Shout out to Mark.
You chop. You from the Midwest. This is what you do, bro. Cannon has a contest. You gotta do this one. I'm like, no, bro. He's like, no, Steve, you gotta do this contest. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do it. And I had 24 hours. It's like the last day to put your entry in. So I had 20, bro. I sat in the studio just listening to Cannon's verse over and over again, over and over. Wrote it down. Went in the studio. I'm punching in. Do it. I had Mark shoot the music video.
Yeah, it was in like a warehouse.
We climbed this in an abandoned warehouse. I'm like, Mark, hold the camera, do some motions. I edited it in Final Cut. and threw that mug up, bro.
With your short hair.
With my short hair, with the short fro. And man, you know, it was the first contest I won, bro, that 10th time. And yeah, I didn't even know that, bro, I got to shake your hand real quick. Because yeah, Dirty hit me up and was like, yo, just to let you know, people are watching you, so keep killing it. And then next thing you know, Joseph hit me up on Twitter, first round draft pick. And so, bro, thank you for showing them boys.
Yeah.
Because that trickled into changing my life, my bro. So thank you.
It's crazy. I mean, it's just
fall 9
God
times,
being
get
God.
up 10.
Yeah. I mean, that is pretty crazy that like you had been doing it for such a short time.
Right.
And like, oh gosh, that's what dreams are made of, man.
Yeah.
And I always think to myself, like I really loved your last album. I really loved the album before that. I'm like an old school, like lyrical guy. Like I want you to put out like a full length album of like almost like New York style, just bar spitting craziness. Like I'm, you know,
that's been the biggest talk with the homies. Like,
because
like,
that's
Steve,
how
Steve.
That's how that video was.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Went
and
crazy.
it's like, man, you know, and I know you gotta make your hits.
Yeah,
You
the
gotta
radio,
do
play the
your thing.
game.
You gotta make your #1 records.
Yeah.
I get it, bud. But man, you ever got some extra time, man? Just lay down a mixtape with some hard hitting beats and just go crazy, bro. Do it for me, buddy.
I will, bro.
Yeah.
I got you.
Man, that's awesome, man. I mean, it makes me emotional, bro, because you're really about the only person I know that I've like seen their entire career.
Yeah.
Like I've seen their entire career. I've seen your entire career.
From
And
the
it's
jump.
like when you think like you had a #1 record at 35, bro.
Yeah. Ain't gonna be the last either.
It won't be the last. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you coming by, man.
Had to, bro. Like from the beginning, from the first time I met you, like I said, I recognize that you are one of those guys who is a real individual who will not hold their tongue, speaks their mind. And I know it probably gets you in trouble, but for someone like me who is authentic, real gonna recognize real. And I'm gonna rock with this dude to the wheels fall.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that. It's, you know, I've known all these guys, man. Like, you know, I met the first person I met when I literally got off probation, got out of jail. Literally in one day, I stopped drinking, selling drugs, doing drugs, breaking laws. I stopped all in one day. I had a religious experience. 6 months after that, man, somebody drugged me to a Christian rap show. I met Dirty Rice at that Christian rap show, and I believe Derek was there too.
Nice.
And we all became friends, and I started doing Christian rap, man. And at the time, like, you know, everybody thought I was dope because I was coming from the secular world. And then just all those relationships grew, and then Derek got on, and then Derek put Dirty on, and then Derek put B Coop on. And then, you know, Derek got signed to Lecrae's label, and then Derek started his own thing, and it was just, and then they started bringing you like it's just been crazy, man, just to watch the growth and everything, dude. But
what drove you to drink and do drugs and go down that road, bro?
You know, sitting here listening to your story, dude. Now it seems like it was destiny. But it was for me, man. You know, I had 2 parents, dude. I was just always lost. I was just always lost, man. And I was always one of those people that needed to feel good right now. So it was that chase. I need to feel good right now.
Yeah.
I want to be the man right now. You know?
Yeah.
And it was that. I was an instant gratification junkie.
Yeah.
Right? And I think I was probably an alcoholic before I ever took the first drink. It you know, it's hereditary. It's in my bloodstream.
Yeah.
But it was just always like, I gotta feel good right now. Like even in
Yeah.
sobriety, man, before I got married, living out in LA, it was, and you met me like right when I moved back from LA, but like was women, I was stone cold sober, but I had a woman problem,
Man, yep.
and so just always wanted to feel good right now. Now, my kids kind of saved me from that chase because just looking at them makes
Yeah,
me feel
dog.
good right now, bro.
Yeah, you gotta
Thinking
do good
about it
for
makes
them.
me feel good right now.
Gotta do good for them,
You
bro.
know?
Yeah.
And so that was, and then when you get in it, once you get into that life, and I don't glorify, I'm not bragging, but and everybody that knows me or people that have known me my whole life know, like, I was moving weight. I was getting there,
Crazy.
and at the time, like, that was like my goal.
Mm.
Like I wanted that,
Oof.
so, but once, I had a religious experience, I had a spiritual experience, and God intervened and
Yeah.
took away the obsession and compulsion to drink alcohol and all that. I don't know if your mother still struggles with it or not, or,
Nah, nope. Praise God.
she's sober now.
Yeah. Yep.
Awesome. I'd love to meet her one day.
Yeah.
But you just have to let God do what God does, bro.
Okay.
I don't have the power to not drink and not do drugs. God has all the
Man.
power,
Yeah. Yep.
and
Yep.
so
Yep.
it is what it is. And now I just hold the belief that I should not be putting anything in my body that cuts me off from the sunlighted spirit of Christ. You know what I'm saying? No matter how simple it is.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. If it alters my mind state,
Yeah.
it's not of God. And that's just how I feel.
Yeah.
Like, if somebody goes and has a couple beers one night or something like that, whatever. But I mean, even with the popularity of marijuana now, man, I still feel like the legalization and everything of that, it's just my opinion. I feel like there's a plan behind it that I haven't quite put my finger on yet.
Yeah.
But I feel like it is to comatose people so that they'll do whatever you want them to do. I feel like there's that element there.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I'm somebody who suffers from mental illness as well. Like, I'm bipolar. I have no problem admitting that. And marijuana is like one of the worst things you can do when you're bipolar, because the down of marijuana is amplified by the down of the bipolar disorder. And it can be rough, but, I don't know, man. I just feel like we've got to get to a point where like the only source of our high is coming from Christ, regardless of what other people are doing or justifying or whatever. I don't judge anybody. I don't judge anybody for what they do. But I have found in my years of putting nothing in my body that, like, I feel so in tune with God, bro. Like, I feel like I almost feel like sometimes I've gotten the gift of prophecy. Some people may think that sounds crazy, but
Hey, when you're hearing from God, you hear from
you
God,
said
bro.
something earlier, like you go to God for everything. Like, man, I don't make no decisions. Like, if I'm confused about a decision, I make no decision at all, because God is not a God of confusion.
Come on, bro.
So and so I pause and I just let it happen.
Yeah.
And man, I live my life like that. Like, God is just like guiding the path and I'm just following it. He's
Yes,
guiding who
sir.
I talk to, who I don't talk to.
Yeah.
He's guiding who I need to stay away from and who I don't need to stay away from. Like, all of those things. Like, I'm big on like discernment, bro. Like,
Same.
you know what I'm
Same.
saying? Like, that,
Same.
I don't like the way this person's making me feel, bro.
Yep.
Things like that. So, that is what sobriety is for me, man. Just like,
beautiful.
I'm already crazy. I don't
I don't need anything
I don't need
to
to
add
put
on.
anything on top of that, brother.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah, man, that's thank you for asking that. Nobody's ever asked that, man. Yeah, dude.
And you've
it's
been married for a minute now, right?
11 years.
Yeah, man. How's that going, man? Marriage is.
Bro.
I always tell people the
I mean,
biggest
we're married
challenge,
to
greatest
we're married
reward.
to us.
Yeah.
You know the us, us.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
mean
yeah.
us, okay?
Yeah, the us. TT.
Shout out to the missuses. All
Yeah,
right.
shout out to the misses.
But I was just kidding about that kind of. But man, marriage is the toughest thing I've ever done in my life.
Same, dog. Same. But the greatest reward, man. I see all my single friends, like my best friend, he's, unfortunately just went through a divorce, and he's been like a year single now, like a full year just out there single. And
No, it's not
for
for
us.
us. It's not for us. Although I feel like, no, it's playing. My wife tells me all the time, you couldn't get these girls out here. All they want is money. I'm like, all they wanted was money back in the day, but I got a mouthpiece.
Y'all ain't changed.
Yeah, nobody can hold weight to this mouthpiece I got on me. But man, marriage, brother. And you know me, bro. If I sit here and go, man, marriage is perfect all the time, it's puppies and rainbows,
Bruh.
I'm a liar, bro.
Bro, me and my wife, we are in our 3rd session in marriage counseling.
We're there.
I'll say it, bro.
We're there. I don't think you
Dog.
can be married without marriage counseling.
And that's what all the guys that are seasoned, like 10, 15 years in, they're like, bro, it happened.
And
Trust. It always happens.
yeah, I mean, my biggest problem is, I'm a control freak, man. I'm very old school, and I am very selfish and self-centered by nature.
yeah.
And I also don't know when to shut up.
I'm definitely self-centered being an artist, and I just have a lot of trauma with not knowing how to react to certain situations, because all I've seen my family do is fight and yell
Yeah,
to solve problems.
facts.
So
Me too.
and I don't put my hands on women,
Yeah.
So
That is probably the biggest problem in our marriage is.
and I like how we both started with us. See,
Yeah.
that means we're
That's
great
growth.
husbands.
Yeah.
We put our
Ladies,
draws out there
listen
real
to
quick.
this. My biggest issue, man, is my reactions
Yeah,
and the
same,
way I talk.
same. I'd be like,
You know,
man, I wish I would have been more like Jesus
Yeah.
in that reaction.
Because I can excuse it. I can excuse it. Well, she had an attitude and she's got a funny tone with me.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you wouldn't have had a weird little tone there when you were talking to me, your little passive aggressive stuff,
Yeah.
maybe I wouldn't have raised
Yeah.
my voice.
Yeah,
And
you don't realize if you was a man in the streets right now,
Yeah.
I would have handled that
yeah,
situation.
maybe I wouldn't have said that or a slew of cuss words.
Yeah.
But there's guys out there that get it.
Yeah.
There's
Bruh.
guys out there that just are great. I mean, I've seen it. I'm around it. My best friend, Dirty Rice, model husband.
Yeah, he
Model
can
husband.
be chill.
He's just a calm.
See, that's
Bruh.
I be like praying for that. Like, just if I could just
Yeah.
sit back and just look at her and just wait.
Let her have it.
Yeah,
Let her have it, man.
and then with maturity and wisdom, boom.
Yeah. Let her have it, man. It's funny. I don't know if I'll get it right.
Have
bro.
you asked him like what's he tapping into? Or
He's
that's just him.
yeah,
He's
man,
just chill.
He's
He is
just a
super
nice
chill.
guy, bro. He's a nice guy, man.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. And I've tried to model myself after him in my own marriage, like not be him, but
Yeah.
like the way his reactions to
Yeah.
things,
Huh.
and like it just,
That's fire.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I'm aware of it. It has not changed.
Yeah,
I've gotten
a little better.
that much better. But I hate it. It's a thorn in my side. I can be like that with my kids too, where I'm just very reactionary.
Yeah,
I have changed it with my 7-year-old son. I have figured out how I get him to do what I need him to do.
Nice.
And it is not with aggression
Yup,
or
yup, yup.
a loud voice.
man. Come on.
I also, with my wife, man, bro, it's just tough. She's a woman.
Yeah.
She's fragile.
Fragile.
She's got baggage.
Yep. Baggage, trauma, emotional.
Trauma, bro. Like this girl never had a dad, bro.
Oh yeah. Oof. Yep.
She never had a dad, and her home life was not good.
Yep.
She's fragile.
Yep.
And I'm saying that right now on my podcast, but who knows? At 7:30 tonight, man, she might come with a tone I don't like. And
No,
here I
bro,
am,
hey.
like, who you talking to?
Yeah, no, my tier too, man. The dynamic is like she never had her father, and the mother was abused by men.
Yeah.
And so she instilled in the daughters to never trust men. Men are dogs. All they want is the pee.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
Everything that I instill in my daughter. But yeah, no.
So I've had to deal with disrespect, bro, like blatant
Yeah.
disrespect. Like, yo, who is you talking to like
Yeah.
that? Come on. One, you don't talk to a man like that. And two, it's Team Malcolm. I'm not the bad. What's going on right now?
But it's all psychology.
Oh, yeah,
in
for sure.
regard to getting them,
yeah.
like me going streetwise on her. Like,
Right.
who
yeah,
are you
bro, I
talking
try that
to?
too, yeah. It don't
You
work.
know?
It doesn't work.
What's that show like where they try to bring the kids into the jail scared,
Scared
straight?
straight.
Me going scared straight
Scared straight mode with the
on
wife.
my wife, bro, is not
Spouse
the move.
edition,
Oh,
scared
that's
straight.
funny. I
It's
just thought
not,
of that.
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, you was like, let me try to match her energy.
Yeah.
Yep,
You know what
that
the
doesn't work.
move would be?
Doesn't work.
This is the move. Our tiaras, I can say our tiaras because we both got them. You know, they get an attitude, they talk crazy, bro. This is the move, baby. I love you. I love you. I love you. I'm not saying I've tried it. It just
I
sounds
haven't,
really good.
But that should be, because Mark, my DJ's like, there should be a safe word. When
Yeah.
things are kind of getting hot and, you see her, safe word.
Yeah.
Look at her and just be like, I love you.
Yeah. Every time. You know what? I love you. Come here. Give me a hug. I love you.
I'm going to try
Is that
to
gonna hurt
remember
anything?
to try that. No, that can't hurt
Yeah.
anything.
But in my mind, it hurts my manhood.
Yeah.
Right.
Or they'll be like, ugh, no.
But that's fine.
that's fine.
Leave it right there.
Yep.
Leave it right there. Because in 6-7 minutes, they're gonna come back and be like, "Baby, I love you too."
Yeah, come on. We might have cracked the code just now.
Hey, those who can't do teach. You know what
Come
I'm
on
saying?
now. Wow.
Yeah.
And those who teach, get
Man,
money.
I'm glad you brought that up, bro. Because like it wasn't even a subject I was gonna go down. But you know, like young into marriage. I mean, you got 2
Yeah.
kids. You're not young
Yeah,
into
yeah.
marriage.
Hey, I'm
bro.
asking
How long
all
y'all
the
been
questions.
married?
7 years. And we've
Yeah.
been together for
You're in the
9.
7 year. Look, year 5 through 7 was really tough for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
Tough.
it's just hitting the fan, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we checked in. I checked in to get the bolts tightened and look under the
get
hood.
through it. Just
Yeah,
get through
and that's
it.
the thing, bro. Like I know we can get through it, and then we're that couple that's married for 50 years, giving all the gems
You
to
will
the
be.
young blokes like us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will be, dude. Just get through it. I mean, man, we're in a stage right now
Yeah.
where I'm like, I gotta find a way, bro. I gotta find a way.
Yeah.
I got to find a way.
Get your hustle on,
You know?
dog. Yes, sir.
The woman had 4 of my children, dog.
Beautiful. Which is a
What
lot,
am I
man.
doing?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I didn't do my part this morning. I was slow to get up. You know, I didn't get up in time, man, to help out with the kids.
Hey, man, it happens,
You know,
man.
the only thing I did was drive my daughter to band practice. But you'll get it, man. You'll get it. We just have to do things differently. I learned this. Like, both of us got to stop thinking about ourselves so much.
Facts.
You know, and when I say
Yep.
both of us, I mean my wife and me. Like,
No,
we
for
got to
real.
stop thinking about ourselves so much.
Yep.
And then
Same.
you have a magnifying mind. I have a magnifying mind. My mind is either going to magnify every single thing that she does wrong, and I'm not going to see anything that she does right, or I'm going to magnify everything that she does right, and the things she does wrong are just not going to be that big a deal. But that goes for both parties, man.
Yeah.
That goes for both. Like, I can't be the only one
Nope.
only seeing the good in you and you not seeing any good in me.
Yeah.
It can't go that way.
Gotta be
you know?
two-sided.
So one, counseling is important. It's important to get Christian counseling, like a
Yep,
counselor
for
that's
sure.
a Christian.
For sure.
Because I don't need anybody like telling, like, you know what, you can choose your gender.
Right.
You don't have to be a woman, you know, like, or any
It's
crap
okay to
like-
be poly.
Yeah, be poly. It's okay. It's free. So I don't need any of that going on in my counseling session. But it's funny, dude. I get it, man. And you know, man, you'll get it, bro. But it doesn't matter. You're married.
Yeah, man.
Divorce is not an option.
It's not, bro. It's been beautiful, and
What are you gonna do without each other? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
You know, the
like when you
yeah,
like, what am I
dog.
gonna do without my tiara? Like,
And
what am I
then-
gonna do?
And then, like you said, bro, 4 kids, bro, she's not leaving your life anytime
She's
soon.
there. Yeah,
So you
like
might as well keep her
I
close.
better make it
close.
work, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, what am I gonna do? You
Yeah.
know?
That concept to me always messes me up of how people can be in love. I love you so much. We're having sex every night. I'm telling you, you know, I want to be with you forever. And then you don't no more. You know what I mean?
Look, man, you're with them all the time.
And
You know, we
yeah.
get sick of each other.
Yeah, and I get people do change, but to me that's the difference. And I feel like, speaking out of experience, that's when you find out couples who are actually friends. Like I feel like with you
Yeah.
and your wife, bro, you probably actually rock with her, bro.
I mean,
like, y'all can
yeah,
kick
we
it
have
and be
we have
homies.
friend moments, but we let everything else get in the way of that, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, she knows that I'm psycho and I will do anything for her.
Yeah.
She knows that. My kids know that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, we were, dude, I don't even know why
And
I'm
that
sharing
fits
this.
her. That fits her.
Yeah, we were on a
fits her.
date the other night, Steve and Malcolm from Grand Rapids, Michigan. We were down here on the square. Took her out on a date.
Okay.
All right. I'm 48, brother. Okay.
All right.
I got no business doing some things. Okay. So we come out of this place, we go in this other place.
Yeah.
We don't ever go on dates. So we're just gallivanting around.
Okay.
Whatever. We get in a little argument or whatever. We come out of this place. I'm walking down the sidewalk. There was this guy dancing. He accidentally punches me in the face.
Ooh.
Like his back is to me. Back.
Oh, jeez.
And it was bad timing. It was bad timing.
Ooh.
I can't believe I'm sharing this on my podcast. I'm gonna go ahead. He punches me in the face. Glasses off. Boop, eh. I turn around. I go, you just punched me in the face. And I want the guy to go, put his hand on my shoulder.
Yeah.
And I go, dude, I'm so sorry. I'm sure that hurt, and I apologize.
Yeah.
That's the kind of apology I want.
100%.
Instead, I got, my bad, bro. And I didn't like that.
Ooh.
I didn't like that. Right?
Goodness. Yeah.
So I walked
Wow.
away and I said a few choice words as I was walking away.
Wow.
And then I heard the guy under his breath go, maybe you should watch where you're walking.
Oh, man.
I could have just kept walking to my car, bro. Okay?
Dun, 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 dun.
I turn around and I go, what'd you say? Or whatever.
Yeah.
What did you say? Keep it clean on the show. And he says something like, yeah, I said you should have what? And like, anyway, it was a mess. Okay.
Turned up.
It got turned up. And if that guy is watching this show, I am very sorry, sir. I was out of pocket.
He was
and
hot, bro. You was
I was
hot,
hot.
bro.
It was all bad timing.
Bad time.
But then we're walking to my car. My wife's upset. And it's just like, dude, what am I doing?
Mm,
You know?
yeah.
What am I doing? Why?
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, there is a certain age. And like you said, yeah, there becomes a certain age where, unless like it's blatant, like he's trying to really harm you
Or her or anybody.
or your
Like, what are we
family.
doing?
Yeah. It's just like,
Man.
and I would be even okay with you even like barking as you're walking away. You know what I mean?
A little
like,
bark
hey,
would have been
dog,
fine.
You don't even know, cuz, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I could take it there, bro, but just chill out. Watch me
Yeah.
swing your hands, dog.
Yeah.
You know?
Leave it alone.
But
There was
in
no
that
turn
moment,
back needed.
Yeah, there really wasn't, but I definitely understand my brethren. Yeah, you was hot. You was seeing red. And, you know, he was talking a little feisty, bro, and didn't know that.
Bro, he was probably 23.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I was
and-
probably old enough to be his dad. He had a beard, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. Ooh.
Man, hey, look.
Ooh.
I wish the best for you and your career and your
Thank you, sir.
marriage. I know your marriage is going to be fine. You're good, bro.
Mm.
Just shut up.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah,
We just
yeah.
got to shut up, bro.
Yeah.
Just shut up
Mm.
and realize that, like, once again, my therapist, James Robinson, shout out, told us this. our inner children are fighting each other. Our inner traumatized child
Yeah.
is fighting each other.
Wow.
I don't know if that resonates with
It
you, bro.
does. No, it does.
Traumatized little Steven
Yeah.
and traumatized little Tierra
Yeah.
are going at it, and nobody's winning. Traumatized Joe
Ever.
and my traumatized Tierra,
Yeah.
little children going at it, nobody's winning.
No, because who wins in a divorce?
Nobody wins in any of that.
Nobody,
So,
bro.
man, make it work, bro. Just make it work. I hope you got a good counselor. If you don't, fly down
Well,
here
what
and
do
see
you
mine.
what do you think about individual counseling?
At some point,
Yeah.
it's scary though,
Mm.
because you don't know what kind of counselor your spouse is getting.
Yeah.
I've seen it go both ways, man.
Okay.
I've watched a friend of mine and whatever, man, it could go both ways. You better vet them. You better make sure they're Christian based.
Yeah.
And that's that. You know what I'm saying? Like really Christian based.
Gotcha.
I have the greatest counselor on the face of the earth.
Love it.
Period. And I've been to hundreds. Like if I could fly you down here every week to go see him, you guys would be good. You guys would be good in 2 sessions. But I have a counselor that in our session together, he works on us individually right in front of each other.
Got you.
So I don't know,
Yeah.
I've never had that before, but it's happening now,
Gotcha.
and I've had individual counseling, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Just we're individuals, but we're one.
Yeah. Facts.
It's weird. Just call me. Just don't. Just make it work, bro. Just don't be
Will
me.
do, man.
Yeah, don't be me. We both got beautiful wives.
Yeah. Man.
Beautiful families.
Yeah. Blessed. We're blessed men.
Blessed, bro.
A lot of favor on our life, dog.
Tons.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, what do you got planned for the rest of your time here in Nashville?
Make hits, bruh. Yeah. I made one last night that is crazy.
Can't wait.
Oh my gosh.
You
it's
got an album
crazy.
coming out?
I got an album coming out, and the only problem this time is we got too much music. I literally have like 30-something songs in the vault.
Yeah, pick the best 15, call it a day.
I'm thinking about picking the best 20 this go around.
Yeah?
Okay. Yeah, so just working on new music, working on the hits, and man, trying to get Lecrae on a record. Yeah. It's yet to happen, you know what I mean? And
That's okay.
You've seen the whole journey, and
That's okay.
to have one with the big homie would be dope, you know what I mean?
Shoot.
So,
Get Kendrick Lamar.
man.
Somebody like that. Tell Joseph, fork up the dough.
He probably knows somebody
for a
in their
big
camp.
feature.
He knows
big
everybody.
feature. Yeah. Man, dude, this went so much greater than I expected. I expected greatness, but it was super great.
Yeah.
And it's good to see you. I feel like it
brother.
even made us a little closer than we already were, man. And to hear your story, and bro, I can't wait to see the next chapter of your life,
good.
my man.
It's gonna be good.
I appreciate you coming in from way up north to rock with me, bro. It was beautiful. If you ever need anything, man, I'm here for you. If y'all ever move to Nashville, you got a babysitter dog.
Hey, say less.
Without a doubt, not even a question. But man, just keep grinding, bro. Keep your head up, man.
Will do.
All right, brother.
sir.
God bless you, man.
Bless you as well,
All
dog.
right.
I can hear it all the time. I can see it in my mind.
When you